Welcome to the Instant Trivia Podcast, episode 1969, where we ask the best trivia on the internet. Let's get started. What city is the capital of Belize? Belmopan. Which symbol represents the zodiac sign Gemini? The twins. In the film Tootsie, what name does Dustin Hoffman's character use when he cross-dresses? Dorothy Michaels. Which John Grisham novel centers on the assassination of two U.S. Supreme Court justices and the investigation that follows? The Pelican Brief. Which artist scored a 1974 hit in both the UK and the US with the song Midnight at the Oasis? Maria Muldaur. Which Prince song shares its title with his semi-autobiographical film? Purple Rain. Which iconic girl group, known for hits like Be My Baby, was produced by Phil Spector and helped define the 1960s pop sound? The Ronettes. Which composer wrote the opera The Cunning Little Vixen? Leos Janáček. Which animated series inspired the feature film that satirized Canadian culture and politics and included the Oscar-nominated song Blame Canada? South Park. In Texas Hold'em Poker, what is the name of the final community card that comes after the flop and the turn? The River. What is the nationality of the actor who played Rumpelstiltskin in the TV series Once Upon a Time? Scottish. By what stage name is the singer-born Gordon Matthew Sumner better known? Sting. A carpetbag steak is traditionally stuffed with what? Oysters. Which Western New York city is known for its architectural history and as the birthplace of the wing named for it? Buffalo. What is the name of the Crusader Castle, now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, that lies west of Homs in Syria? Crac des Chevaliers. Who portrayed Rick Deckard in the film Blade Runner? Harrison Ford. Which passionate Spanish art form combines intricate footwork and expressive movement, is often accompanied by guitar and singing, and has its roots in Romani traditions? Flamenco. What common kitchen ingredient, scientifically known as allium cepa, is often used to enhance the flavor of dishes and is known for its ability to make people cry when cut? Onion. Who co-wrote the 1984 charity single Do They Know It's Christmas with Midge Ure? Bob Geldof. Which 1968 offensive, launched by the North Vietnamese Army and the Viet Cong, is widely considered a turning point in the Vietnam War? The Tet Offensive. Which werewolf movie starred Michael J. Fox? Teen Wolf. Which narrow South American country has a long Pacific coastline and is home to the Atacama Desert? Chile. who emerged as the prominent leader of the slave revolt against the Roman Republic during the Third Servile War, also known as the Gladiator War. Spartacus. Which season is the Greek goddess Persephone associated with? Spring. How many yards are in a chain? 22. Which body part has a temporary set in childhood that is later replaced by a permanent set? Teeth. The Conti grading system was used by makers of which product? Pencils. Which Minnesota politician, elected to the U.S. Senate in 1948 as the state's first Democratic farmer labor senator, became nationally known for his advocacy of civil rights and later served as vice president? Hubert Humphrey. Which character, not present in A. Milne's original Winnie the Pooh books, was created by Disney for their Winnie the Pooh series? Gopher. Which Beatle did Cynthia Powell marry in 1962? John Lennon. In fluid flow measurements, what does the abbreviation GPM stand for? Gallons per minute. Which classic ballet includes the Waltz of the Flowers and the Waltz of the Snowflakes? The Nutcracker. What is the term for a male chicken that has been surgically castrated and is raised for its tender meat? Capon. What is a female ferret called? Jill. Which joint connects the humerus to the radius and ulna in the upper limb? Elbow. Which actress plays Christina Walters in the 2002 film The Sweetest Thing? Cameron Diaz. Which country in southeastern Europe includes the major cities Thessaloniki and Piraeus? Greece. Which U.S. president kept a sign on his desk that read, "The buck stops here"? Harry S. Truman. In the 1968 film The Lion in Winter, Peter O'Toole played King Henry II. Which actress played Eleanor of Aquitaine? Katharine Hepburn. In which country is Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone, buried? Canada. In The Fellowship of the Ring, the story opens with the news that someone in the Shire is planning a birthday party. Who is planning it? Bilbo Baggins. Which actor, known for his roles in both film and television, provided the voice for the titular character in the animated film The Boss Baby? Alec Baldwin. Which plant produces the narcotic opium? The opium poppy, Papaver somniferum. Which rock and roll pioneer, known for his energetic performances, famously sparked scandal when he married his 13-year-old cousin? Jerry Lee Lewis. In art and photography, what term describes the point at which parallel lines seem to converge in the distance, creating the illusion of depth? Vanishing point. Which Irish town, now called Cobh, was the Titanic's last port of call? Queenstown, now Cobh. What was the title of the lead article in the very first issue of Reader's Digest? How to keep young mentally. A chanter is a component of which musical instrument? Bagpipes. What is the decimal equivalent of the binary number 1111? 15. Which rapper, frontman of the band Body Count and known for the controversial song Cop Killer, went on to star as Detective Odafin, Finn Tutuola, on Law & Order's Special Victims Unit? Ice-T. That's the end of the show. Thanks for listening. Come back tomorrow for more exciting trivia.